Friday, everybody. It's me again, Catherine from Stitches from the Sofa. It's lovely to have you here with me again, and I hope everybody's had a fantastic week of sewing, and I hope the work hasn't been too hard. So I've had a pretty good week of sewing up until last night, and then had a bit of a disaster, but we'll go over that again later. But I just wanted to give a shout out to everybody who has followed and subscribed to me, left me a lovely message. Thank you so much. It's been really lovely engaging with you all, and long may it continue. If you have enjoyed what you've watched before, or this is the first time of joining me, if you really enjoy what you see, please like and subscribe, and yes, please leave me a comment, say hello. I really like to engage, and I have up until this day answered all of the comments, so thank you for all of them. They've been really, really interesting and good fun. So where do we leave off? So I think last week I showed you the Maeve skirt that I completed, and I'd begun the Arthur pants in that lovely navy blue corduroy. So those are now finished, and I'll insert some pictures of them here for you to take a look at. But here they are up close and personal. Again, this lovely navy blue cord fabric. So full elasticated waist. As you can see there, little Kylie in the Machines label that I had in my advent calendar, and obviously not this year but the year before. So as you can see, this is constructed with flat felled seams. So these are seams on the outside where the two bits of fabric are sewn together, and then the seam allowance is trimmed down one side, folded over, tucked under, and top stitched in place. And that is on the front and also on the back seams and all the way through the crotch. And as you'll see, it's a really, really solid finish. This has pockets, big wide pockets at the top. There we go. And as you can see, part of sewn into the waistband, and they're a good sized pocket as well. Get your hand in there, no problem. And then on the back, one of my favourite bits, the patch pockets on the bottom. I love a patch pocket on the bottom, and these went on beautifully. And as you will see, I've put another badge. I think I got this in a So Hayley Jane box last year, possibly, I think. And it's sort of a leather style, it might even be leather style printed badge. I don't know if you can see it very well. And it says, I think it says, yeah, made by me, that's right, sort of imprinted into it. So I've stitched that onto one of the back pockets like this, and I like that as a little bit of detail. And then the bottoms are just hemmed up to the desired length, and actually these weren't too bad. These weren't too long on me, excuse me. These weren't too long on me, so I didn't need to trim any off. I just needed to make sure that the hem was at the right length. And as you'll see from the pictures, they're really comfortable on. You've got a lovely wide leg, elasticated waist, was just really comfy and snuggly. And in the picture themselves, I am wearing them with an old make that I made a long time ago, an Agnes T by Tilly and the Buttons, in a beautiful purple plum coloured bamboo jersey fabric. I've got no brain today. I just think work's taken all of my words, so apologies. I'll keep trying. Yes, so a bamboo jersey fabric, really soft, really soft, beautiful to work with, beautiful to wear. And then on top of that is this. Now this is a cardigan that I crocheted a few years ago now, 2 years ago, maybe 3. It was in a Simply Crochet magazine. If I can dig out the details off my Instagram, I'll put them in the description below. But this is it up close. So it doesn't have buttons or a button plaque. It's just a plain front. I've used this grey DK fabric, double knit fabric. And then it has these fantastic huge bishop sleeves, massive, with these amazingly beautiful stripes, pops of colour into a beautifully gathered ribbed sleeve. And same on the other side. I absolutely love wearing this. It's so warm, it's so comfortable, it fits beautifully, and I just love the pops of colour when I see them. So yeah, as you'll see in the picture, that's what I've paired it with, and I really enjoyed wearing it. So that was a real proper me made wear day, where everything was I had made. So the Arthur trousers have been a great success in the cord. I'm really pleased with them. They fit lovely. The elastic on them, did have an issue with the elastic. So in the instructions, you make the casing, cut the elastic to the waist measurement, feed the elastic in, tie it up, try it on, and I did that, and they seemed to fit okay. So I went ahead and stitched it together, closed up the case, and then one of the things it says that you can do is to top stitch over your elastic to hold it in place and have that kind of ribbed look on the elastic. I have done it before on other things and it's been okay, so I was like, yep, I can do this. So lengthened my stitch as per the instructions and went for it, and it just went flat, like just didn't hold the stretch at all, didn't hold the thing. So I unpicked it all, because obviously they were way too big then. So I unpicked it all, and then went to try them on again, and you know, it must have stretched the elastic out. I just don't know, but I just could not get back that fit. So I ended up having to cut the elastic, pull it again, re-sew it again, and get it back to the size that, well, I thought it was. So that's all sorted now. But yeah, that was a bit of a palaver, having to unstitch it all. But I really didn't want to get to this last point in the make and ruin it all, because I've tried to do what is essentially a sort of decorative, but in a way to keep the elastic in place. So instead what I've done is, with the current elastic, is I have stitched in the ditch down the seams, and then because of the navy fabric and it being corduroy, I've been able to stitch down the front and down the back, and it sort of disappeared into the corduroy stripes. So it's well fixed in place, and so it doesn't move. So I've not got to worry about the elastic twisting or bending inside. So yeah, I'm really pleased with them. Really good make. And here you go, like I said, there's the pattern. So the Arthur pants by I've lost my brain there, So Liberated. It really is a struggle today, I'm so sorry. I will definitely be making some more of these. I think I've got my corduroy ones now to wear during these winter months. I quite like to make some more as you go spring into summer, with some lighter weight cotton, maybe lighter weight fabric, so maybe linen. And then in the summer, maybe even make a very lightweight pair to wear, maybe out of some double gauze, maybe, just for that lightweight wear when it's really, really hot. So they'd even make, I think, some really lovely, you know, poolside trouser, sort of pullover trousers with a little bit of shape, you know, not just straight up and down, but you know, if I get an opportunity to go by the pool, maybe I'll make some. Right, so that leaves one more make for January, which is the March dress top, and was out of this beautiful viscose fabric that I received in a Hayley Jane subscription box last year. Now, this has been a bit of a tale. So, no problem sewing up the beginning bit at all. In fact, like a dream. And so I got the beautiful, excuse me, it's a bit layers, front bit done, front panel. These beautiful sleeve detail with a lovely cuff on them. I mean, just How lovely are those? And when they're on, I mean, I can't really show you here, but they just look beautiful. They're just such a beautiful shape. Same on the other side, all good. And then I went to fix on the bit at the bottom, the pleated skirt. And I've had a pleated pattern. Now, I decided to go for the dress top rather than the full dress because I just didn't have enough fabric to make it into a dress, and it just looked a bit funny halfway house. So definitely went for the more blousey top sort of thing. But last night I sewed this and I'd stitched it in place, and it just looked dreadful. Like, I put it on and the bodice was too high, or looked too high, and the pleats just didn't work, or the gathers should I say, just didn't work. And I don't know what it was, because I am wearing the same thing today out of double gauze, and is just a beautiful, beautiful thing to wear, and just sits so lovely in all the right places. But for some reason, following exactly the same steps as I did for this one just didn't work. So I sat there last night. So interesting enough, I had overlocked it after stitching it, obviously. And so last night I decided, that's it, I'm going to take it off and I'm just going to have to think of another plan. Now, there is a straight peplum bit to it, which I've never really been too keen on, but I could rescue this by doing that maybe. But my thought was, I'll get it off, I'll have a think about it, maybe I'll try and reattach it again, maybe I didn't lay it properly, I don't know. But as I've now unpicked all of the actual stitching and I'm left now with just the overlocking, as I look at it now, literally I've only just realised looking at it now that maybe, no, still not sitting right actually. Look at the front, no it's not, it's riding right up. So somewhere in the sewing I seem to have lost like an inch off the bodice somewhere. Now I don't know, maybe it's just the way that skirt's been, the peplum's been attached, or anyway, it's not quite worked out right. And so I'm going to take it off and I'm going to sit and look at it over the weekend. Oh, excuse me. And I'm going to try and reattach it, and whether I go for the frilly one, which is what I'm doing at the moment, or whether I go for the straighter edge, which is sort of just a straight down tube that fits round the edge of it, so it's the same size, and make that sort of deeper so it doesn't have this very high bust line for sort of a flared element to it. So I don't know. Thoughts on a page? Please comment below. Any ideas? I really don't want it to go to waste. I obviously don't have enough fabric to sort of do anything else with it, so I have got what I've got, but I really don't want to waste the work that's gone into the top bit and the beauty of it. It just looks stunning. And yeah, I'd be really disappointed if this is kind of a bin job, but I'm really hoping I can recover it. So really be great to hear your thoughts, see what you think. If anybody else has been in a similar situation, you know, how did you approach it? What was you thinking? Or did it just go in the bin? So something to look at. Hopefully by Sunday, when I'll be bringing out my sort of wrap up of the month and February plans, I would have solved this problem and have a beautiful garment to show you. Right. So now we go into this fantastic thing. So I've talked about it a lot. So Hayley Jane. So Hayley Jane is a lovely Hayley who has a fantastic sewing subscription box, and also has a fantastic YouTube channel on here, and shares a lot of really fantastic sewing projects or sew-alongs. And one of the ones that she showed this week was to use some of this. Now we're back to this beautiful fleece fabric with the flowers on. I think she recently had this as a secondary fabric in one of her boxes. I had some left over from my jumper that I made last year. And and I saw the tutorial and immediately dug out my scraps and made one of these. So I will pop a picture in of me wearing it, and it is essentially a twisted knot headscarf or headband that is designed to sit over the ears and keep them nice and warm and snug, which it does. And that's the front part of your head. And so incredibly easy to make up. 10-15 minutes. And the instructions that Hayley does on her YouTube video is superb, and really easy to follow, and makes a beautiful headband. So this one's for me. She does give, so she gives the sizes that she used to make the adult one, and then the sizes that she used to make a twinning one for her daughter, which was beautiful. But also she gives you really good advice on how you could size it down even further, or in theory you could size it up using someone's actual head measurements. So really love this. Make a great present. Great way to use up some jersey scrap fleece material. Brilliant for this time of year where the weather's so unpredictable. So 1 minute it's freezing cold, next minute it's windy and wet, but you always want your ears covered, don't you? It's never particularly nice. So fantastic idea. Thank you, Hayley, for sharing it. I will link her YouTube video in the description below, and please go and take a look and have a look at some of her other fantastic tutorials and reviews of fabric or patterns, because yeah, there's some fantastic ones on there. So that was a small make. So I've had quite a good making week, to be honest. Just the March dress is last night's minor disaster, but I always see these things as, you know, I could get really upset about it, and to be fair, last night I was upset about it, but it may be a really good opportunity to try something else, and end up being something even more beautiful that I love, or a way to learn some new techniques, or just a bit of patience, and that sometimes these things don't work out. Sometimes sewing just isn't perfect all the time, and that even when you've been sewing for a really long time, that you still have things that just don't work out the way they should. So let's see. Anyway, the final thing I wanted to talk to you about today was just after Christmas. So I've talked about subscription boxes, and for about 18 months I had the So Hayley Jane subscription box, and then I stopped having that a few months at the end of last year, to save a bit of money for Christmas, but also because I felt like I wanted just to try some other ones that are out there. So after Christmas, I saw on YouTube and social media the advertising of the Fabric Godmother's Dream Wardrobe box. Now, these have been going for a while, for ages, and I have seen loads of people unboxing them and doing them in the past, and you know, some of the most beautiful fabrics from Fabric Godmother, great patterns that they match with them, and then obviously all the bits and notions to go with it to make a fantastic item. They do them in 2 size ranges, so I've gone for the larger size range, which is the 16 to 30 size range. And so I got the box, and I only got the box Thursday. I was so excited, so excited. I'd seen so many beautiful fabrics. I've seen so much gorgeous dead stock that they're fantastic at finding and getting the opportunity to purchase. And I was like, yes, I'm going to get something so wonderful and so beautiful. And the pattern will be something I've never had before, and it's all going to be beautifully exciting. And I opened the box, and my initial thought was, oh, it's just navy. And I can't lie, my first initial feeling was, oh, I'm really disappointed, because, you know, December's box was this beautiful fluffy VT Sherpa type wear, and I think box before that some beautiful patterned visco stuff, and then that. So yeah, for about an hour or so after I opened the box, I kind of just was a bit like, oh, I'm really deflated. But then I thought about it, and they give you a code. So there's a code. I won't show it because obviously, but there is a code that you get, which gives you access to the newsletter and to the sewing notes and pattern instructions, and tells you a bit more about the fabric. So I sort of moved the fabric out the way and first of all looked at the pattern that I've been given, and it is a pattern that I've never heard of before or seen, called the Protea pants. So it comes printed for you, AO printed, and they're a wide-legged, quite smart looking trouser, and that can have a flat front or a like a oh my word, a pleat. Oh, gosh, help me, it's Friday, premenopause brain. Yeah, sorry. Anyway, back to it. Yes, or a pleated front, and it has a fly front with a zip and a button fastening, and I thought, oh, that's interesting. So I don't buy a lot of trouser patterns. You know, the Arthur pants has really been my staple commitment, apart from the Winslow culottes, which I've made before, which I'd love to make more of. Very wide legged, elasticated at the seam, at the waist, reasonably easy fit. The only thing I've really had to do on them is adjust the crotch up by shortening the top part of the trouser. But these are slightly more tailored, not too much, but slightly more tailored. But there seems to be some really interesting advice on the instructions about how to do it, some step-to-step guides of how to do some adjustments, how to measure for the adjustments, how to then apply it to the pattern. So these might be a go, but I'm not sure yet. So then I perked up a little bit because I thought, there's a pattern I wouldn't have bought myself, but it's made me think. Could be interesting and maybe a challenge for this year. Of course, it comes with the thread to match the fabric. So nice standard Godmother thread, and the green ones, I believe these are, yes, recycled polyester. So obviously far more sustainable. And then the fabric itself. Now, first look, it's obviously you can see it is just this navy. And on first feel, it felt very shiny, almost slippery. So I wondered whether it was like a Tencel or an Eco Vero with you know, some viscose in there, or it really feels like, you know, that kind of fabric. When you looked it up, however, this, and I can give you can sort of see how sort of slippery it moves from my fingers, how smooth it is. This is 100% fine wool. I mean, I've never seen anything like it that is wool, but this is wool, 100% fine suiting wool. Dead stock apparently from a famous UK suit designer. So then I started to think, okay, so this is more than just a navy fabric, and a bit more interested. So this is a really beautiful quality piece of fabric, which then made me really nervous about the trouser pattern, because I'm thinking, yeah, might need to twirl this first before I even attempt to make it out of these. So at the moment I have no plans for this other than the pattern that's come from with it, and these would make the most beautiful set of lovely fine wool suit trousers type effect, and would be a beautiful staple in my fabric. But you never know, another pattern might come along, take my fancy, and this might look beautiful in it too. So yes, I'm a little bit more excited about it now, and I won't lie, I would have loved to have seen some bright orange, funky, cobalt blue, pink and red kind of coloured viscose pattern or cotton. But actually, this is real quality, really, really beautiful. And yes, I genuinely enjoy it and respect it more now because of that, because of its quality. So just shows a little bit of time, a little bit of reading, a little bit of research, and yeah, mind has changed around. And then finally, what came in the box is a lovely little gift, and inside of it is a couple of beautiful labels. You can never have too many labels, and these have been specifically made by the Fabric Godmother, for the Fabric Godmother, and they both say, I'll tell you what, I'll put my hand there. Made in 2024, and this is the white version or cream version. So a beautiful addition. So obviously, whatever I use to make with this fabric, we'll end up using one of these, and then I have a spare one for another project this year, so that will go into my labels stash, which is running a bit low now. Actually, I need to go and source some new labels. Which brings me on to got my ticket for the Stitch Festival that is happening in London at the end of March. I've never been, surprisingly, after all these years of sewing. I've not actually been to that one. I've been to a few festivals, but not this one. And I'm really looking forward to going. I'm really excited. I'm hoping that, as this is my first time vlogging this year, that I'll be able to get some really amazing footage while I'm there and do a special vlog on it when I get back. But I'm also hoping to find some beautiful purchases. One of them being, I'd like to get some more labels, something a bit different. I really would like to get myself a lovely pair of called duck bill scissors. So the scissors that have one blade that is shaped like a duck bill, which would be really helpful for cutting seams, especially when I'm doing the flat failed seams on those trousers, less risk of cutting the other side of the seam. And we all have unpickers. We all have little unpickers, all different sizes and shapes. I love my unpickers, and you can't have enough of them, but I would like to get something a bit different in an unpicker. So I'm kind of hoping I might be able to find something a bit unusual or a bit fancy, maybe a bit glitzy, a bit quirky, just something a bit fun, really, to add to my sewing haberdashery stash. Always on the hunt for buttons. Love a good button, especially as you'll probably find as the months go on. One of my other go-to patterns that I'm mad about is the Anna Allen Anthea blouse. I have made quite a few, and I will definitely be making more this year, and buttons are a must for that. So yeah, and then of course glorious fabric. Absolutely looking forward to touching, feeling, seeing, playing with the fabric, and I will hopefully take you along for the ride for that. So that's it from me this Friday. I'm hoping you've enjoyed that. So like I say, on Sunday, I am hoping to bring you a sort of a roundup of the January makes that I've shown along these Friday sews. Sort of see them together as a sort of January collection. And then my forward look to February. What do I want to make in February and why? What have I got to do it? What fabrics have I dug out for it? I'm still very much in the shopping my fabric stash, although it is my birthday next week. And one of the things I've asked for as my birthday is hopefully some vouchers for fabric shops online. So I'm hoping I might get something there, in which case might be an opportunity to treat myself to some gorgeous bit of fabric that I wouldn't normally be purchasing at this point. So watch this space. We shall see. I really hope you have a lovely weekend sewing. I look forward to catching up with you on Sunday. I may even, if I get a chance on Sunday, do a quick look at my sewing space, although if not, I will look to maybe do that as a midweek type short video. But I definitely know I need to put that out, as a few people have said they'd be really interested in seeing it, and I'd love to show you. So let me know what you're sewing, let me know what you're up to this weekend and into next week, and I really look forward to catching up with you. If you've enjoyed what you've watched today, please like and subscribe, leave a comment, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye.